Hello and welcome. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy, and this is an installment of the Alternatives playlist. This is the second review of that playlist. So we will be taking a look, as you just saw, of Whitetail Straight long cut. All right. So taking a look at the packaging, it's an all plastic can. It's a fairly good looking product considering that is a sticker on a black plastic lid. It is in a sort of dark red with a burgundy tinge. It is a brighter looking can than the loaded product. The loaded product had a color combination that worked for it, but I'm going to have to say that this is a better looking can. So, straight net weight 1.2 ounces is a standard size dip can. Whitetail smokeless, and then you have the warning at the bottom, which is basically it's allowed to be smaller since there's no tobacco in this, but they do have to have one saying that nicotine is an addictive chemical. Okay. On the side, you have a very papery band going around. You have branding and then cut and flavor, more branding, the website, and the fact that this is, again, a 1.2 net weight ounce can. And then you're back around to the first branding. Now, on the back, there is a sticker. The can itself is reminiscent or very close to a can that Pinkerton would use, like a Timberwolf can or a Longhorn can. That's what the can sort of feels and looks like. The lid, I don't know yet because the product's not opened and I haven't had this product before. I'm going to read the back because, a lot of times I sort of look over stuff before I start talking on there. And I did look over this, but there's a little bit too much for me to ramble off from memory. So basically, this is manufactured in Jefferson, Wisconsin, USA. There is a lot number. Then it says nicotine full. It is 10 milligrams of nicotine per 1 gram of product. And it does have a Best Buy date, which in this case is March 6th, 2020. And then you have the ingredients list. So, right off the bat, the first thing is organic mint leaf. So I already know sort of where this is going. Vegetable glycerin, sorry. Water, propylene glycol, natural and artificial flavors, xylitol, and nicotine. Keep away from children and pets. So, now, unlike on the fully loaded, they felt the need to add nicotine to the ingredients list. Now, I am guessing that the nicotine in this, and because they added it, is derived from tobacco, but I do not know. I have not visited their website. It is deerdip.com. And you will see people like over on Reddit and whatnot sometimes referring to this as deer dip. They're doing that because they're mistakenly using the name of the website as the name of the product. So I'm going to cut into it and we'll see what's going on here. If I can, it's a papery band, but there's not much of a channel where the lid meets the can. Whoa. And it is open. It actually sort of looks like a really bad cut, but it actually sort of looks like dip in person. It's not shiny like the fully loaded was. It is They're using, again, it's some sort of straight that they're trying to cover mint leaves with. The lid, oh yeah, the lid is just like the can. It's from Pinkerton. Hey, dear Dip. Pinkerton called. They said they want their cans back. Oh my God. All right. And it's black, so you can't even really see the cut, but it's not good. There's some blonde bits in it. There is a brown tinge, but it's not real shiny like... Now, of course, my camera is not going to play it off overly well. The fully loaded had like a sheen to it. And if you remember when I pinched into it, it actually felt sort of slippery. Dirty Pat Walsh in the comments section of that video did say why it had something to do with one of the ingredients. So this looks a little bit closer to Dip. A really crappy cut Dip. So I'm gonna pinch into this here and we'll see. You know what? I think the moisture level isn't quite as high, but it does not feel slippery, which is good because that did not really play well with me. I did not want to feel that. It's falling apart though. The cut is... Let me throw this in. I'll probably hit the pause button here so I can figure out what to say about this. Hold on. You know what? It's not bad. Not. So this has been somewhat of a pleasant surprise. I mean, considering what I am doing here, the product I am using, it's about as pleasant of a surprise as I could hope for. Let me put it that way. As you could tell when I was opening this video up, I wasn't overly enthralled with what was coming. It's actually not bad. I like this actually more than I like the fully loaded. The only thing that is lessened or not as great as the fully loaded is the nicotine. The nicotine doesn't quite... It's there, but it doesn't quite seem to be as strong as the fully loaded product. Mind you, fully loaded didn't have anywhere on the packaging what milligram to gram was on there, so I don't know. This, it doesn't feel slippery. There's no weird sheen. It's a little bit of a drier product, but in the case of these alternatives with mint leaves, that's not a bad thing. I actually like the fact that this is a little bit drier to the touch. The cut is bad. Real bad. The fully loaded product may have a better cling to it. This is migrating all over the place. It doesn't have that slick, slippery feel though. That I found, I don't know. I mean, if you look back at that video, I mention it, but I don't really put out that. I found that very sort of unsettling. I did not like that. That did not play well with me. So this is a little bit better. It looks more like tobacco. It's a little bit drier. It doesn't have that slick feel. The nicotine isn't quite as high as the fully loaded product. And the cut isn't as good, or it doesn't act as well in the mouth as the fully loaded. But flavor-wise, I don't know if it's they got a better straight flavor that covered the mint leaves better, or maybe the mint leaves being drier, the mint's not coming through as much. There's no mistaking that you have mint something in your mouth, or something mixed with mint. But being that it's subdued, this isn't... It doesn't come off as weird. All right. At the same time, the straight, whatever they're using, straight flavor they're using, is also sort of subdued. Everything's subdued, and it just works better. In the fully loaded product, they had sort of a strong straight and a wet mint, which made the mint, I guess, stronger. And the straight was sort of battling it out with mint, and you got this jumble, and it was just sort of odd. The flavor that you came away with was sort of weird. This, there's not as much flavor, but due to that or due to the combination they're using or whatnot, moisture levels, it comes off better. It's like a mild, straight-ish flavor that, you know, there's something minty about it, you think, but you're not quite sure. The cut, though, the cut of this stuff is so bad. I got this stuff all over my mouth right now. Now, I am spitting with this stuff. And I thought about, partly I was spitting during the first review because I was just shaded out. But all these products that I am reviewing have nicotine in them. And if nicotine is in the byproduct of saliva, I don't really want to be swallowing saliva that is mixed with nicotine. I want this experience to be done when I get this out of my mouth. Let me put it that way. Look, if I wasn't doing this review and if I knew the product, I was familiar with it, I would have never moved this around the side. All right? Up front, it'd probably be manageable, but this stuff is literally acting like a chunkier snuff cut. Like, the pieces are bigger than a snuff cut, but they're acting like what snuff wants to do. So, the cut is rubbish. The nicotine is a little down from the previous product, but it's there. I can tell it's there. The flavor is all right. It's passable. The texture is better than the fully loaded, although I wish the cut was actually a little bit longer. The product's a little bit drier, but it works better for the product. Okay? So, you know, if you're really... a problem with me with these reviews, these alternatives, I'm not worried about anything. Okay? I said something to somebody in the comments section the other day of one of the videos. They're like, aren't you worried about health effects with that? I'm like, no, I'm not. And this is why I'm not. In case I've never actually put this out. Number one, I think the threat is greatly exaggerated from all the usual sources. This stuff is getting crazy. But a bigger thing with me personally, now this isn't going to go for a lot of people, but for me personally, is that I chain smoked and drank heavily for 2 decades straight, from 93 to 2013. Okay, 2 packs a day. If I was drinking light, I probably smoked more on a lot of occasions. The number one cause of oral and esophagus throat cancer is cigarette smoking. And the number 2 cause of oral and throat cancer is drinking copious amounts of alcohol. So, let me put it this way. I've been dipping straight. I also smoke my pipe still, but I've been dipping straight without any breaks for about, I'm not exactly sure how long, but a minimum of 5 years. It's longer than that, but that's the safe number. If I had caught mouth cancer tomorrow, knowing that I had dipped 5 years straight, and all told about 10 years with a couple breaks towards the beginning, I could not, nor could any doctor that was taking care of me, say with any ounce of certainty or even belief that dip caused the oral cancer. And that's why I'm not overly concerned. Anyway, This stuff is all right. I mean, you can see the battle I'm having here with, it moving around my mouth. Had I kept it up front, it would have probably been fine. Check it out. As I said, the website is deerdip.com. It doesn't get any simpler than that. I do like that they have a Best Buy ingredients list and that the nicotine is on there, the amount. I also like, although the channel on the can isn't deep or wide enough for the thumbnail, the papery band is nice. And the sticker that they use is, I mean, by sticker standards, pretty good. The lid is crap. Can's okay though. There's plenty of strength on the sidewalls. So, but the cut, oh my god. I dip this much longer. Eventually, I'll just run out of it to spin. Anyway, so this has been the review of Whitetail straight full nicotine Whitetail smokeless. It is a mint leaf alternative. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&Chew Guy. I do hope you all are well. Do take care of yourselves, and God bless.